Me and Mama Jalo to the DJ Base, and this is a show, The Hot Seats. And with me, for discuss this program, we get to two panels right here. But before that, one can discuss about education business, and we know education is the key to everything. In any nation, we know educates, no problem. So we know recently what happened about the result that will come out. So we get two of we panelists right here, we can discuss. First on my right, we get a brother go introduce himself. Yes, sir.
Hello, Mina Umaru Fofana, Mina journalist.
All right. On me left, I get my other brother from WAEC. Yes, so say hi to viewers and listeners.
Good afternoon, Mina Saliu M. Kamara, the Public Affairs Officer for the West African Examinations Council.
All right, one time plenty for getting right here, and I'll start with Umaru, where I know they've been a post have been all over social media where you talk about 17% in surprise, and what's in bring up the post, Umaru?
Well, I've been very concerned, and I hope Mr. Kamara will give you the detail of the WASSE results. But I've been very concerned about what's come out in the results of the WASSE exams within this Benton, where one of them being very unprecedented in terms of the number of ones and twos that come up in mathematics, to the extent that some people that will get one per mathematics go on social media and post say they don't deserve one. There were art students who sometimes not study maths, or one partner even tell me say, just see the objective, you not see the essay.
All right.
But they still get one. Yesterday on a show, one blind leader, leader of the blind people, and talk say one panel member gets one per maths, you not sit mathematics. Because apparently the blind students only sit maths.
All right.
Because of technological difficulty for them for discern
braille.
Mathematical braille. You know, so I should say everybody knows say the exams the mathematics figure this trip definitely dubious. And my own concern was that not been concerned the Ministry of Education. I think they should have expressed concern and try for audits the mathematics grades. Even if not for withdraw or reverse the grades, for know what may go wrong and try for ensure say it not happen. Was there a systems failure on our WAEC where mistakenly turn one for almost for a large number of the candidates then? Where some don't come out and say they don't deserve one? Or what was the problem? Was there massive cheating in the maths exam where make someone get one, where they instead come out and say they don't get one? The other concern I've been getting now with English, for more than 10, probably up to 15 years, English has been a perennial problem. It leads to a lot of crises where they lurk in the tall grass of the country. Young people, they sit once exam 2, 3, 4 times, then they get then they get good grades in other subjects, then they fail mathematics, or then they get the grade we require them for enter university. Some they get 6 or 7 or even fail. Waiting wrong. Is it that the students they don't take English seriously? Is it that they need to teach English well in schools? Is it that WAEC curriculum or syllabus for English too advanced for that age bracket? What is the problem? And thirdly, then withhold a lot of results. And me think say it's unfair. WAEC is supposed to be accountable to candidates. If you withhold a candidate in results, the candidate for know specifically why you withholding results. So that in this day and age of technology, when the person buys a scratch card, it go enter the system. Now in your personal result, then they appear. So WAEC can simply just put a footnote say, where the person in results withheld. You put and they say, we withhold the result because of fees, you've been cheats, you answered the same thing with number of persons inside the same exam hall, or because you've been catching with mobile phone.
The reason for upholding the
reason for day. In this day of technology for day. In the same vein, I forget a link where if the person wish for contest the withholding of a result, he can click on them and file a petition. So I think those things should be addressed in a way that ensures say fairness day, accountability day, and merit day in exams.
Thank you, Mr. Sali. You can just give me, the result for this year. We don't talk about before we cancel some of the issues that we raised and things say maybe and then problems not the problems there.
Yes.
How many picking in seats and all can take we back?
Yeah, because this year of course we get a whole lot of candidature. We get 208,000, about 202 candidates then we sit the exams. 243,000, 202. The result they will release about 208,677. So we release. And based on this number, of course, we can see say, waiting Mr. Fofana don't talk about, not get the highest passes. So we are an examining body.
Okay.
We conduct exams, then we release results at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we will conduct these exams, we partner with other stakeholders that we will rely on when it comes to conduct.
Okay.
Wherein we have school authorities,
yeah.
where they teach them candidates there, now then they conduct, and then they supervise and invigilate the exams.
Okay.
They go to the conf, the question paper
yeah.
at every day. To them, then can take, we can get depots that will establish in the countries.
Okay.
So wherein the supervisors of different schools, they can take, everybody go conduct. So based on the response we get from the center,
yeah.
that's the script that we then count. So when we do the assessment, now so the results come out, we can find out say maths get the highest passes this year.
Okay.
We're now about 97% of
wow.
candidates from A1 to C6.
Wow.
We get from A1
97%.
About 97% from A1 to C6.
Okay.
So therefore, the number there, even though is concerned, but we not get option. Now we talk about result they will withhold.
Yeah.
And WAEC not they withhold results without any reason. So now we don't get the response there, and we don't call subject expert there again when are the chief examiners them.
Yeah.
Some of them here we look at them back. Based on the after the marking, we look at them and we not get no way for say they withhold a result with no evidence.
Okay.
So therefore we will release the result. Now this 9 come out. Mark get the highest passes.
Okay.
All done based on the response we get and the evidence then they. You see. Then from there again, yes, of course, for maintaining the integrity and credibility of the institution,
yeah.
we get a program, although yes, you know, the online. We are in a candidate. If you become dissatisfied with the results,
aggrieved.
Yes, you aggrieve. You can, for school candidates, of course, you go to your school authority, say, hey, Mr. Kamara or Mr. Suzuso, I'm not satisfied with this grade.
Yeah.
So now I want to challenge them. The school authority, they write to you officially.
Okay.
So they call on all the scripts of that particular candidate and review. So that ending now, even if now assistant examiner mark them script, then they will call now a seasoned team leader or chief examiner with a review.
Okay.
Then we look at the case. Then we call the school authorities back based on the outcome of that review. Instead they look. So that let there be transparency for CCA, whether the candidate.
Where they keep them people away, people they sit spa?
Yeah, we get strong room. Outside with the keep, we get with storage facility.
It's secure.
It's secure.
Okay.
It's secure.
All
so
right.
anytime we get a period of time where anytime we don't release results, we don't keep everything safe.
Okay.
In case any of them case they are come, we go there and look back.
Okay.
Then we call the one that we concerned. But for private candidates, of course, the private candidate they can office for any problem we get. Yeah. They put them. Then we say they look into.
How many results when we told so?
We withhold this year 34,525 results.
One of the things I want to think say alleged say people go down.
Of course, now alleged cases of so many irregularities.
The which one then so?
Then
comparison
cases then where the candidates they fill form for phone. That way you they sit then they kit you with phone. So we get cases the way the candidate then they prepare answers them in separate sheets of papers where then they go. So then case then they okay. We get case the way some candidate then back they insult invigilators or supervisors. Then we get other case the way then normally we can detect during marking after the exams, where then the candidates know they fill form. Candidate then the way they write even phone number. Now the in script, yes. Or say call this number in case of anything. So we get cases there of collusion where they see the comparison candidate and they write the same thing and they make the same mistakes.
Okay.
And then they more common in English language we get the problem.
All right.
You see. So now some of them offenses there, and even their offenses there where the candidate then they commit. So we get sensitization programs there where we print all them here.
Okay.
Every school from junior, GSS school and SS school we distribute the material there. If they see even we put tips for passing examination, then we get the do's and don'ts. waiting, you know.
You think that the student they receive, you reach the student?
Of course.
Every student?
Every student, every school authority, we will supply school, and even some seminars, and they will they invite the students themselves, they give them as individual.
Okay.
Apart from even what they give the school authority. We get the big posters there where then they display na visible areas where the way students now they notice about them, where students they come at least if we're able to read.
Okay.
So then all the way you look at them, I will summarize all the offenses and the penalties them. Where if a candidate commit that offense, that penalty where then they levy against. For example, where you look at the case of mobile phone, if a candidate is caught with a mobile phone, that automatically you fill that from the cancellation of an entire result.
All right.
But one thing they tell the public, the one then the school authority, the way the candidate they involved on this thing, will get a period wherein we investigate the case there.
How long the period is?
Well, it is within 3 months, but now we try as hard as possible. For now we shorten that period before that because of the pressure they receive right now. So that the committee will get the right, because we not get right for seize. Now we just right to withhold.
Okay.
So the committee in decision now in the lead to either cancellation of results or we release that result if the committee not satisfied with the evidence they present.
Okay, like how we say, why we not get online who says somebody can go straight and click and see the reason and all that?
Well, that's now some of the suggestions that we don't come. Then we have the notes now from this point of view. But mainly when we do anything and they for school example, they inform the school or officially they write them. See now we don't release results, but student A, B, C, we don't withhold a result based on so thing.
Okay.
So for the mere fact now, the world don't modernize. Of course, that's now a solid point we will take note of. So we say for the forward them to the authorities.
All right. So like, where this result come out? So I mean, maths 97%. I mean, how WAEC? It suspected there's a problem, there's a gameplay, or it thinks it's. I mean, not try the picking and try.
Of course, if you fail for talk the truth, pass you say the lie now.
Yeah.
When you go out there, that I make always we at the kind of the media at the appeal to ownership as journalists. Like who they get them big papers, they love now they go.
Okay.
And see what thing they happen at the centers. When they get center there, we get the custodian of the question paper there. The moment that question paper the exam don't start in a center where they do you rotational movement for let you see what thing they happen. Some people and then now all the school they find out say even if they not get away for let them get fence with a solid fence, then they try stick them for fence right hand for lock.
Okay.
That lock with them they lock not for even intruders, but for perpetrate examination malpractice. Where they know you go, you must knock. So when you knock now, then hey now Uda, then say oh now Mr. Kama, then no say now Mr. Kama, hey Mr. Hey wait. So then they organize in such a way that by the time now you they enter, if them be there any other thing they don't. But some centers, then the way they go unexpectedly until you don't meet the gate open. Where you go, where you look at the thing, you know now see most of these cases, of course, then students then they now examination malpractice.
Okay.
And that's not the key where EBC we don't they fet all around, even with based on lean resources. We don't they try as hard as possible. We are in for avoid then leaking the other examination malpractice here. We are in this country, even if we get for sheet paper na Kailaun or Kobola, Mongobe, we ensure that them paper, they are then question paper, they know they sleeping at them center, then they on daily dispatch. For
the same day?
The same day.
Okay.
Now they the paper, they reach day in the morning, then they take the paper, the exams in the morning.
Okay.
But when that paper they then open now, wait till then they do they now. Wait till they know where you go at the center. You
so I asked a question earlier, Mr. Sally. Why I know sacrifice during this exam time for get each representative now all the centers zone I don't know say then see how they happen and now absent.
Well, the conduct of exams not to just WAEC. We rely on partners and the stakeholders. Then.
But the
for
partners
example,
they don't get problem.
MBSSC.
The partners they now they connive. It's a cabal. You say no.
Well, that's not the case now. We say now a national concern like a national dialogue for day, and even that the committee members they don't advise back say let there be a national emergency for this thing.
Okay.
Examination malpractice. I mean, 2020 we even make a communique again wherein. Okay, this now the communique we signed 2020.
Yeah.
We will get stakeholders then, for example, MBSSC, WAEC, then we'll get Conference of Principals, we'll get SLTU, we'll get National Council of Head Teachers, we'll get Teaching Service Commission, we'll get the Sierra Leone Police, and the anti-corruption. All this will sign up for Fight Against Examination Malpractice. Okay. Because we as a body, we don't see the exam is so large in a way that yes, of course.
All right.
And the exams, not to we as WAEC officer, they appoint invigilator, supervisor. Now the Conference of Principals then, and through the MBSSC then, get their responsibility there. And therefore the people there, then they employ them, they pay them, then people there, then for rely on them, for give them results at the end of the day for any assignment we can they give. Then from there you get even MBSSC staff them, where them present the day back now every center. But at the end where you go as WAEC officer, not different thing.
All right. Umaru, so
this is so.
From what Mr. Sali, you say it's organized, it's, I mean, a well-structured, like I said, society you get for NAC and I mean, the malpractice don't become, to me, spying don't become legal. What's the way forward?
You know, often we take this kind of decision for challenge WAEC. People they see and say, now WAEC not the only culpable party in this. WAEC now the symptom for a massive disease. Because now then at the face of the exams, now then they bring out the results, now that would they blame.
You're right.
And before I respond to that, I just believe seriously say, the mathematics this year, not just cheating, I believe say something technical happening, some fault happening at the WAEC system.
The number mistake or waiting?
So be otherwise, why somebody not go sit? If somebody sits, it cheats, then they get higher mark than they deserve. But somebody not sits, then they get 1. Then somebody sits, instead can say that marks now 8 or 7 and they get a maximum. They can get 1. Something definitely wrong within the system. And I think they're not for CM as just a criticism. Then for really sit down and do themselves that you're inner soul searching for know what could have gone wrong. Now to your issue, almost all facets of society responsible. There are some parents where they spend a lot of time for perpetuate cheating for them picking the way they see the exams.
Exactly.
Some picking and then they spend more time for cheats than they spend for study. So that if they spend that time for cheats and spend them on studying, then they even do better, deservedly, than they do when they cheat.
All right.
It's a national disease, cheating. So that, I remember a few years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago, some school picking and protest openly against tightening the knots on exams. Say, cheating not going to go ensure so we control cheating. Then commanders should then go protest. That tells you how the disease don't sink into the psyche of many Sierra Leoneans.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's an embarrassment, it's a disgrace for you come and say, allow me for cheats. Cheating for like an entitlement. Some person feels in a way to go to the exam, then for allow me get a right to cheat. What they call the Creole word as spy. How on earth that can happen? And then kids don't just cheat by themselves. Or parents just don't enable their kids to cheat by themselves. Then get the connivance of those who were involved in the examinations. Be the WAEC officials, be the school authorities. Some school authorities definitely in the habit for using centers for cheats. Make it ask how somebody could be a candidate in a corner, for example, for the private exams. If they come up on a corner, you can't sit in WAEC, in WASSE exam and Freetown. As if the questions are now easier than the questions where they go to corner. It means they are looking for somewhere, some centers where they can able for go there and go cheat. Then look, they can talk to themselves. Then say, yeah, go last year. They allow for a lot of cheats. So we need a reset, a reorientation of our psyche in terms of cheating in exams. The malpractice is so widespread that tightening of the screw, they make WAEC become unpopular. They've made the government self unpopular. But this time unpopularity way for take. I already follow you not like me because I do the right thing. Tighten the screw on this thing and ensure say the exams are done very well. But we need to forget this national dialogue, this consultation, TSC, SLTU, MBSSC, WAEC, Conference of Principals. Let them come. We talked to an experienced examiner, Mr. Mio, just the other day, where they explained how some schools are now no one to become a depot. A depot now a concentration of a center where WAEC they carry good materials and go.
Okay.
Once you are a depot, there's a lot of attention on you.
Of course.
Because the WAEC people are present there. Some school authorities are not to become a depot now because they're aiming for cheats. Because now WAEC they not in presence in that particular area. So why should you become offended, or why should you be reluctant for accept WAEC for kind of a place just because they are present and they don't want cheating to happen? So WAEC, for instance, I know say it takes a lot of resources, but there's a way they can do, and probably again it boils down to the society. But recruit a lot of people at a particular time, particularly for key subjects, and deploy them all over the area. You understand?
Again,
and then start in the schools.
Again, from what you say, it seems as if trust nine done lost in this case. People who put inside them for do certain things, for example, like how Mr. Saliu mentioned, different people, we suppose people get trust on in education. I mean, trust not there in a sense. What do you think?
Well, no, the trust not there, not for nothing, not for tangible reason. It's a real thing that this thing not trustworthy. We not trust a certain number of the players were involved with the conduct of the WAEC, of the WASSE exam, particularly, but also probably Beke.
And you can't do it without them.
You can't do without them because they are human beings. You need to deploy them. Now, make a reset. We need to ask yourself tough questions. I have been saying lately that I think as a nation, we do over-concentrate on our leaders. We forget about we self.
Responsibility.
Not so we lead that they're going to street, for example, I'll digress a little bit, where they constructing house, they bring all in granite stone, all in Sansa, they pack under the main road.
Correct.
Not so leaders do that. Now we did one. Is that right? No. You did narrow and already narrow streets, and they were ready for taking granite stone and in Sansa, you did creep the tarmac.
Then they can come to law and in discipline.
Absolutely.
You're not supposed to work for people who they do that.
Exactly.
Because law, the way city council say no for evidencing on the streets.
But then who is implementing it?
That's
you
the
get the roads authority, you get the road transport, you get the road safety authority, and then you get the council. I wonder how much synergy they in them.
Exactly.
Which is why you got to forget about too much politicization and work in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone. The council, SLR Road Safety Authority, SLRA, for work together in the interest of people.
No, you mentioned about that, but earlier on, you don't say even the time for the late Minister of Education, this being cowboy died down. So in Sierra Leone implementation is one problem. So, I mean, which way forward go about dialogue?
So once we get this conversation, we go bring, like the schools all get CTA, maybe can and then get leadership structures, bring in some parents in each of the regions where they hold this dialogue, bring them together and ensure that they all discuss, and then whatever thing comes out of that must be implemented. When Minkal Luba was education minister, as I said earlier, and then get this meeting on exams malpractice in the bank complex, a lot of things that may come out of them. The reality is that nothing happened afterwards. When we get this very massive number of persons that have been failed was many years ago, I think about 8 or 9 or so years ago, where they started the Bamanja Commission of Inquiry, then bring come a lot of recommendations. Again, we just allow them for die. Both the government will set them in place and the government will come after them. Just allow them for die. I think these are documents for revisit. Look at some of those areas, get this conversation, whatever recommendations come out, we ensure say as media, we keep the lights on them. Keep the lights on them. I think again, we the media can let down the people many times. When the conference happen, we go to cover them. When the conference does, we don't do follow-ups on the recommendations and how they are being implemented. But I think this is such a very serious issue, which if not addressed right now, it could be so bad that if you're a Sierra Leonean, you sit once now, you want to apply for go university out of Sierra Leone, then probably not going to take you. Because then go say the credibility of the exam,
of course.
I mean, it ain't question.
You're right.
It could basically impugn the country educational standard.
Okay.
So we have to address it now.
We can't watch a video, but before that, quickly, you mentioned about maybe there's a problem with the system in WAEC, whether a machine, maybe out in the inputs and results.
In the case of mathematics, I strongly believe that. I don't get no proof, but I believe so strongly.
Okay. But again, let's talk about the English part of it. What you go say, what about the people themselves with the mark them paper here? Not so machines there. I believe say after the marking, now the figures or the numbers there, then get for inputs into the system.
Exactly. Then get a lot of structures.
Yes. What about the marking side of it? Because we know people who go say, now we didn't mark them paper then for them picking it. So, and like how Mr. Saliu mentioned, some they even writing number there. And some teacher out there in Dandy, they say, I mean, just, they can call the number themselves. Because they know the system, so they just write the number in. What about the people themselves with the mark?
Absolutely. So, now I'd emphasize on the point that the conduct of the exams for be made in such a way that if anything goes wrong, somebody go pick them up. So that if you're an examiner, they mark somebody in paper. Let we know the marking scheme where they use. Maybe at this conference where they suggest, we can look at the marking scheme where they use for English, for example.
Yeah.
And then is the marking scheme too advanced? Is it for higher education? First of all, we get O-level, we get A-level.
Yeah.
Now we just get the WASSE. What's happening in terms of infusing the O-level and the A-level? What are the marking scheme that they use? What's the problem there? Are the questions that advanced? Me don't read NPSC exam for English, for example. At some point, I'm like, this question is very tough for 10-year-olds. So I don't pay that much attention to English. Maybe because of my level of English now, they say it's fine. But it may not be fine. So now look at the way they draw the curriculum, if it's too the syllabus, if it's too advanced, the marking scheme that they use. Let's know this in that conference and see if we should tweak it. I don't know if now upwards or downwards. But let me get this conversation, bring experts them in the room, let me talk about them. But people cannot be so stupid in English. For 15 years, majority they fail English, can't go to university.
Mr. Sally, what do you think is the problem with English? Like how Umaru mentioned earlier on about maybe inputting figures where there's a problem with machine or whatever, and the marking also, or maybe teachers not to teach. What do you think is the problem with English? Or like how Umaru say maybe not the standard high? Or
yeah, before I come to that day, I still dey on this point where say candidate and they will not sit, but then get mark.
Yeah.
And mathematics. Where in feel say you not get poor, but in suspect say technical problem there.
Yeah.
For example, WASSE na international exams. We in your assessment is different with the other exams the way they conduct national elected MPSC and BECE. So anything we do under it's comprised the 5 member countries we look at them.
Standard.
Yes, standard.
Yeah.
So we get subject expert then, for example, like we they say certain thing and they look at them critically. Even we get with subject officers then. We then specialize in that field. Then we get other subject experts they now with chief examiners them.
Yeah.
We will incorporate back into the system. Then like a part of WAEC. So that outside the subject officer, they get somebody where they confide in say, hey, the law look at this, me so I think better. So the examination syllabus would they draw from the curriculum where the Ministry of Education they give it.
Okay.
So when you think about the questions, they will not they draw question out of the syllabus. So out of that curriculum, like now they can't get curriculum, so would they look at them? Sometimes the syllabus comprises so many topics. So would they look at if let's say now 13 topics comprise of that particular subject there, would they look at and say, well now we own question there, we own exam syllabus, would they pull 7 days?
Okay.
We are in a day would they do with assessment. So out of them 7 days, they will not they go out of time. And the school and they know, would they give them back. Then from then we get what we call even them question and they before ever would they make them for let the candidate and can sit that exam. So get a system where they call trial testing.
Okay.
So that when a new syllabus comes or one draw new questions there within the syllabus as well. This syllabus we don't get from the curriculum or from the teaching syllabus.
Yeah.
We don't extract the examination syllabus because that's what we call them. We don't disseminate back to the schools then. We'll get what you call trial testing.
Okay.
So now, with the drawback, then question there, we then tell them before the real exams they come, then question all the new questions there, all the item writers they don't give it. Would they call the school them back if now for SS, would they call the SS3 then?
Okay.
Would they go trial test for this trial test we're waiting at the end for let we get statistics. If these questions we are about to draw, then they above, then they within, or then they below. So they look at all the scenarios then, until we get a perfect situation and the time duration, they look at them back. So we are in, let's say for example, English. We don't get items for English. Then one try them now, for let we know say, we do within. So we go, we give the time 2 hours or 2 hours, 30 minutes for English. We they look at the number of students then, where they done within that time then. So we they look at them, we see say, oh, yes, this is within the range.
Like a mock, is it?
Okay.
Yes. But
like across all schools?
Who they do and we get selected, and then now if we don't regionalize, even district level, we they call schools there together. We they do an office, but now we they go out. We they call the schools then, different schools. This year, for example, we check them, we try to tell them school there. The other year, we they call different schools. That's what they do. For law, we know say the question not they above and you know they below, they within their range.
So there is
so
this
all lengthening and they will do. So if indeed the Fofana they said technical problem then they in the inputting or even in the grading system, that one day that one day is not because WASSE would they concentrate on more than
so you think they're picking in the way getting the numbers and
then seats become
so together, Mr. Kamara.
Then dishonest. Now make they tell us students then they don't catch with phone. Then swear to them parents them say they not catch them. You know even sign form. The investigation prove otherwise. Then see in writing name in signature. Then later I confide yes, but I not be get mine for tell.
Mr. Kamara, Mr. Kamara, me and you two been there together with one of the leaders of the Association of the Blind People in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
We make it clear say blind candidates don't write mathematics. So, and you tell us that one of the members gets 1 in maths.
Yes.
How did that happen?
So that's all can happen based on the integrity where we don't lack in the system. Because we get mathematics, for example, blind candidate not for do math.
So I
get no way.
Yes.
So, but we they get to records them based on the entries where the school then they provide for we. So now the school don't get this blind candidate or this visually impaired candidate. Then you know report to WAEC. Then you don't register them for maths. And then hope now see then get special agents there where they do all NTR for the students then. That man when at the secretary will be there yesterday, you know they know.
So how come he gets 1 now? Let me say the school do that way they talk about. How the person gets 1 if you not write the exam?
The examination malpractice what they talk about now, not to even the candidates then, Mr. Fofana. Agents then the way they even work out for candidates them again.
Okay.
You they sit down, you see say everything the candidates sit down. But people then the way then they pull out the examination hall, then go work them outside.
So they work for the blind person.
You see,
without the blind person in your soliciting of that.
But he not go tell you now. Make I say the level.
No, he
of
not say blind. He not for sit maths.
Yes.
It's not simple.
Well, the school if they don't enter them, who they provide question paper and script. So if they don't go walk around, what you will process if he asks for that one day. Just not for say low see in script they see the answers there. I'll show you
when I for audit this, when I don't ask he ask the man for that person.
When I make the man, I don't get in contact. He say they invite me for the program. Myself now, technically, I go ask them for this.
So this only means if that blind student who not sit maths get 1. It means a lot of others way cited, way seats, way get 1, not deserve 1. It's just that logical.
You see?
Anyway.
So why they but then special
so
class
you blame the other parties
then
now.
go then pay.
So you blame the other parties then now.
Of course.
Okay.
You see, not to all things we they know now. All them some of them
they never call any WAEC staff in alleged of the issues here, the malpractice here.
We will not condone any staff we then find wanted.
But they don't call anyone
for the past how many years? For the past how many years now? We know WAEC staff not they involved. Even the last case. Who na about anti-corruption, we then do read, but principal there, we then display na cotton tree. They see so many organizations they say, and why the communicating I then say yes,
so one day,
shame them.
One day WAEC staff they know allege say the case pandemic practice.
The one that we then they allege we few years back maybe don't happen that within 2017. The staff self you know saying dismissed.
So from what you say,
so we know they condone that because now we last resource that one day what would they spend for maintain the integrity of the institution.
So on the English side of it, Mr. Sally, on the English side, what do you think is the problem will make Bokuno pass English?
Not the pass consistently for many years.
Yes, one thing we for realize now the influx of the candidature during then 3 years they are all the experience. We are in this repeater system or policy. We then come in. We get students then. With the government, let them allow repeater. They know they check back again for CC. This candidate.
How long somebody can repeat time? Day 1 term, 2 term.
You know that people then they come off from other walks of life. They can't see there. So man don't left school 10 years. We get candidates then we see the exam there for over 40 years. In the name of repeaters.
Then come back.
So man don't left school for over 10 years. You know they even old book. If they go no more say everything and they work out for me. If that moment they now we know they. So Mr. Fofana we don't make mention. We get for a look at the teaching system again. Now we go to the teachers them. How far? Then even if we get feedback, where they give out this chief examiner's report because then they highlight question by question the performance of candidate there. We don't talk, say, this behind time, we get for that report today, we get for look into them. No, really the problems there.
And I can post them, when I put it online.
Yes, we do them. We do them.
When I put it online.
You see, then later now, we call, even there with coordination meetings there, we are in, we call examiners there, then chief examiner, then subject expert there, then they tell, but some man not they go according to, some man say they teach outside the syllabus. Students and the way they detect, this man they teach you this thing, we no one they see question, because the students and the way a good student, the way they research, then they take them 10, 15 years past paper there, if they compare questions them, if they tell you, say me this area where this teacher teaching, and no one they say, now,
so what do you think that the problem will make people know the past English?
Well, a lot of it.
A lot of
I mean, it is mentioned some of them, but I think honestly,
now assessment will they assess based on the response.
Yeah.
But for example, now would they take note of them during the chief examiner's report where they mark this thing? Long we know some of their issues there. Would they come
the report
back?
don't come out?
Oh, no, the report not come out.
every examiner can release them. So hopefully when this one young come out, it will be nice for the insurance to the public.
No, of
We'll
course,
get
that
them
they
for reader.
obviously.
But I think generally I agree. Maybe I see something earlier way and if modify a little bit. It's a common secret that there is a drop in the standard of English in Sierra Leone.
What do you make you think so?
And it not get for do with, I don't know, maybe experts then will look into them, but generally, when you look at the English language, even the one that we don't go to university and come out, you know, would they think in another language that we speak in English? Which is why, like when maybe they study French, then they tell me, say, not think in English and try for speak in French or write in French. You could do something called anglicism. It's like the French you write and English French you write. And the same thing the other way around, if you're not Francophonie. So people then can say that the part where they speak, then they
Creole.
affect your English, the Creole, for example. But me can say, no, how about the native Creoles, the way they speak Creole, then they speak good English.
And again, this just brings me to the question of what they say for even they do local languages in a school. How then they go compared with
I think it's not a bad idea for local languages. If you go, for example, in Senegal, then they speak excellent French. Now, one part of the country, they speak the best French in the sub-region.
Okay.
But then they learn Wolof in school, learn local languages. But probably not because then, I mean, like I say, you need experts then for bring this thing out. But me, if you say it's a good thing for learning local languages, we not mean say we not for spend time for do English. Sometimes a man can say, hey, English, what for study by English? If you say government, I go cram legislature, executive, judiciary. I can say, well, in English, you can do present tense, past tense, past participle, present perfect tense. People just not think say English for be studied.
Yeah.
As a result, if you not get them right now, the colleges them for train the English language teachers, then go to and call GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If you teach them wrongly in a university, you can't teach Pekin there. Now the wrong thing they can't give out to the Pekin as well.
So what do you think about the unqualified teachers who don't boku? Nothing
plenty. That could as well be a problem. That not just in the case of English.
Maybe pay themselves.
The assumption is anybody get degree come out university in an English-speaking country. The assumption is he can teach English. It does not always follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If I be trained for subject teaching
come
English.
in inside and the one thing again, we doing these meetings, we one committee member confide in we.
Yeah.
Say the college right now, we say in the way I know call. Even we then look at the applicants then. Then we get one department, literature in English, when they do English aspect of them again. Now about 27, the one whole university.
And very few.
Yes, then very few. Even we are marking now. For law get English teacher, they will qualify with English. Now it make always we resolve the delay. Now some of the issues there, the science subject and the English and the mathematics.
Okay.
And then can delay because examiners then at the area then they find out that somebody can even apply. Sometimes he study different area, then political science he come, or sometimes history, politics he come. Where he come, they apply, then they look at the application. They see say not to English, he qualified. Then he say he want to mark English. Way is not possible. Then where you ask her now, what do you make you want to mark? Now English are they teach.
How do you teach
When
English?
you
never study English.
These are some of the problems.
So how
The
do
way
they get the people who they mark them people here? What
Where
is the
the
procedure?
now application, we get forms them. Then where the principal now they recommend.
Scrutinized
So,
process there for make sure say.
Of course. You they submit all you criteria. You degree, which are you qualify, your area of qualification. Then from there, we get with subject expert, the way they look at them. Then from there, then give you the application form now.
Okay.
You go fill, and the principal again, where you did at that school, they get area where instead they make in comment and do in recommendation is stamp them. Then you say based on that now, then they call you.
Well, did you bring me a question about the cabal business? How we know with like some principle put in teacher we know that they all depend on sequence the inside for post teacher.
No, well, the qualification,
plenty
not only the recommendation, no more. The qualification,
then they scrutinize
authentic.
them.
Yeah.
The degree should be authentic.
So
in that
transcripts
area.
will show the areas and where you study
Of course.
and how you do in them.
Yes.
So there are seems that Mr. Kamara mean by say we suddenly scrutinize them, not just based on the person
then
in recommendation.
Then coordination meeting there again, where would they do so? We script then they come, then they draw them back in scheme there, then they do coordination. So areas then, the technical areas then, the way then subject expert then, if indeed you, even you get the paper, if you don't merit, you not merit that paper there again, then you easily eliminate you.
Okay.
All inside and they will make provision. But some of them things and they know. But then technical people and they examine the area.
I think to be honest, there are more than 1 million reasons for why we really get a genuine conversation on this. I just come on a school, Nakono.
Yeah.
And I remote part of Kono Najama, not the first secondary school in Nakono district.
Okay.
And them being at this place for let people able to concentrate for study and not get distracted. Now the trouble is because of the remoteness of the place, you get a lot of people that go there for be teachers. When they get pin coded, then they left the place because of remote, then go to either Kenema or they're going to Koidu.
Okay.
So as a result, there's a lack of adequate teachers. Now there's a very good thing that the government announced, namely for pay for anybody to go do sciences, the STEM system. But the trouble is, you get end up forget STEM classes in university way empty because the schools they produce science students them.
For go fill last space.
Because the schools do not get science teachers. They don't get them because you can't go to university and go to the sciences if you not pass sciences na WASSE exams. And it go difficult to pass science na WASSE exam if your school not get the teachers and for teach science and not get the laboratory.
Exactly.
So it's a very serious fundamental issue we want to address first, and then we go to university.
Yeah.
Tackle the one at the high school.
The basis.
Get introduce, for example, special. Now English is in crisis in Sierra Leone. For example, you go see for address anybody study English, would they pay English language teachers them extra bonus? Would they have extra money as them bonus? The same way I think say in remote areas where we not seem for don't pay attention this year for analyze the results because we all feel scandalized by the ones that come in mathematics and the constant failure in English. But if you go to remote areas where the kids keep doing badly, then you ask yourself, say, why? Because they don't get enough teachers. They don't get adequate teachers. So do you provide a system whereby you pay allowance, remote allowance, to all those teaching in remote areas? Otherwise, if me na Kono are the teacher, I go and teach in Kwedu, and I'm going to teach in Yengema or Jama or Bumpe. Because in remote areas, I want to teach at the big town.
Right.
Unless I get special incentive for making a remote area.
Then they said they are only teachers, they don't even go teach them in place.
They wouldn't want to go
because
there.
Special, amenities, not there for keep you there.
Not the day. We on school better that's more because with school and Jama, we get quarters, staff quarters.
All right. Okay.
But the place still remote.
Okay, we're going to take a break, but we'll come back. We can talk about this thing where we talk about requirements, this 6 way things say, not easy to, universities and all. So we're going to take a break and watch this. So we'll come back. Stay tuned.
It is alarming that hundreds of candidates who successfully passed the 2023 West African Senior School Certificate Examination WASSE could not gain admission to the university, with only 17% passing the English language subject out of the overall 83% pass rate. This concern has led to varying opinions among education professionals, academics at the University of Sierra Leone, and stakeholders in the education sector, with the crucial question as to what could be the reasons for these disappointing performances. Sylvester Mew, former chairman for the Conference of Principals of Secondary Schools with over 30 years of experience, shared with AYV some of the causes.
Well, I think we need more teachers, we need the efforts of parents, we also need the community, and the pupils themselves have to be committed. I go around schools to help them, to teach them. There are pupils who go to classes, they don't even have pen. And some of the teachers, I don't think they prepare their lesson notes. But many of the teachers these days, they are just waiting for other jobs. They are not interested in the development of children.
Dr. Abdullah Walon Jallo, an educational expert and head of the Language Studies Department at Frabe College, expresses his discontent and the low number that the university will be enrolling in its various programs. He, however, offers suggestions on how to revive the education sector.
Is that happening? Our teachers, are they disappearing so fast? Do we see them for a very short period? Our principals, are they always at their post? At the universities, the numbers, the same for the schools. Do we have the right pupil-teacher ratio, the right student-lecturer ratio? Because when that happens, we are more or less jeopardizing the human capacity development of our country. And if that happens, we would have a critical problem down the road. So it's for everyone to come on board. We support the educational sector, and so that we get the desired results.
The Teaching Service Commission was established in 2011 to address issues related to the significant failures of students who took the WAEC and WASSE in 2008 and to investigate and prevent such failures from happening again. However, what additional measures can be taken to help the education sector regain its former excellence? We will continue to follow the story and keep you informed about further developments following the West African Examination Council's investigation and the Teaching Service Commission's response in this regard. Emmanuel Mboa, AOIV News, Freetown.
All right, well, Umaru Fofana, what do you take? And you, Mr. Media, talk about more teachers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it says some of the things I would already say here. But one thing we Dr. Walan Jallow say we're very interesting, the fact that teachers of English disappear very fast.
Why?
And I think the good seek greener pastures.
Yeah.
You know, which is why some of us study English have become journalists, for example, and some don't take to other things that they do. So, but one thing where they say also, where the reporters say where I think say really serious. Now the fact that, and this is why I seem for be unhappy with the Ministry of Education, then present a picture as if
it's okay.
It's a bed of roses. That 90-something% pass. It's misleading. 90-something% go pass, but now less than 30% get entry requirement to university.
Okay.
You know, so as rosy as it's being projected.
Yeah.
And that few number will be admitted simply because of the problem of English language. If you don't become this perennial, what do? Do we try to encourage 6? We go allow 6, for example, as admission grade into university if the person doesn't go study English in university, or do we still leave it at 6? In which case we keep getting all these guys,
6.
Then they become frustrated. I know somebody don't get mental health problem, they don't sit, they don't get English, they get good grades in other subjects, then don't lose in self-esteem, then they shouldn't in community
so
now.
look for English today.
You don't sit many times.
Yes, you get
so
if
we find a way for allow them for good study, waiting around for study, if they get qualification in those areas, in the place of the 5 or better, where they don't get in English. Otherwise, it will add to a mental health problem.
Yeah.
Some young man will become frustrated.
You're right.
And they'll go do stupid things just because their company don't go university, they don't go. And this is also, I don't want to name names here, but there is a private university where they admit students them for go study there without English. So you can get
the Minister of Education, no.
I'm not facing the Minister of Education, no, but it is against the provisions.
So what do they allow? Because I believe say any university except like the Dominion thing nobody have, but anyone way the public supposed to be the knowledge of the Minister of Education.
Well, if you're not a private university, then they give you the criteria for admit students into the university, 5 credits and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
The departments, the requirements can vary. For example, if you go study English now for Bay College, your English language results and your literature results will get an aggregate.
Okay.
And for even that, I understand that they get for square and one kind way for get more students for coming, because it's been difficult for get 3 or 4, 5 or 2. You understand? So what these private universities do, then they allow you to come inside and can study on the condition that before you graduate, you go down sit once back and get the English. So in that case, I think it becomes an exit requirement and not an entry requirement.
Exactly.
Because an entry for if you get up before you come inside. So something needs to be done for address this
the ministry monitor
problem.
Even if it's private, they need to monitor and make sure
they should be monitoring them. They should be, and I can assure you, if they carry out an audit of some of these universities in Sierra Leone, there'll be crisis.
Okay. Another problem again we don't see, maybe I just one you take before coming to Mr. You can find out, say, I don't know if the teachers in the migrate, like how Mr. Mills say, maybe either for greener pasture in a sense, better salary in private institutions than government schools. For example, they always say more private schools, they do more than government schools. What do you think is the problem?
It's largely monitoring and facilities. The same thing, I may be wrong, but my own belief is Now, the same thing may apply in the case of even the healthcare system. Connaught Hospital get the best doctors in this country. You understand? But some man, they prefer going to a private hospital run by a doctor or owned by a doctor where they work at Connaught. So, not so in terms of the person you have to go see, now how much time it will get with you as a patient and how much facility and care it gets. So, invariably, these schools, then get some teachers will be teaching at public schools, then fishing and breading in private schools. And some of them actually teach in public schools as well. So I think, say, the public schools are the monitoring of the problem. People get this perception about government. Anything government, they need to take it seriously. You go inside government boss, somebody put throw it this day, you chair this day, they say, well, not government property. It's a very backward mentality that will get off. But also encourage the teachers a lot more. Private schools get to pay their teachers a lot more than public schools do. You know, maybe think about teachers in conditions of service and then ensure, say, then give quality for money.
All right. Mr. Sal, what you make of within the people and say, who they take?
Yeah, this now you can almost then suggestion. They are all Mr. Mew be there na radio yesterday. We himself don't give your own feedback. And indeed, even we, I say we find them very difficult for get examiners there in English. So now even there, yes, they are.
So short of exam, short of English?
Of course, English exam. Now make I say they can always delay the result. Now in the
sorry for cutting you. Umaru, you think we need for alpha column? I mean, like set up, is it like a farm for recruit more English teachers than we bring them into the system?
We need a lot of English language teachers. I can say the same thing more or less for science teachers. So go to the teacher training colleges, go to the universities. And because, for example, University of Leone gets a diploma in education program, when a postgraduate program for trained teachers. Maybe if you encourage a lot more people than for read English and give them more incentive, Milton Magai used to do fantastically well in training graduates in French and in English. I don't know what has happened to that program now that it don't become a university. Sometimes we get this bloated idea of university, we're going to university, enough we can teach. And now we are surrounded by social universities. You understand, eh?
Exactly.
But Loco used to be a teacher training college. It's now part of Anes by Kroma University. McKinney just called on to Anes by Kroma University. Milton Magat just called on to, I think only FTC now, where a name don't change. So Freetown something, Polytechnic. You know, just remain there. I think we need to reconsider and deliberately train people that can teach, number one, and train them for can teach English as well.
All right, you talk about short of teachers.
Yeah, so this basically, we have gone at the drawing board because indeed some then they say they come based on the allowance or they give or the incentive, some then they buy out because English is hard for mark. You see, so everything you get for take into consideration.
Why English hard for mark?
You see, everything you get for take into consideration. Punctuations, this, that, grammatical, this, everything, the aspect then they. So for mark, one paper na English until the other subject, the examiner will don't mark 4, 5, 6 papers. You did number one green paper. But you get for read even if the candidate.
Maybe they look math as one of the hardest subjects.
No. It depends on your interest.
Even if the candidate writes Chinese for English, you get for read that Chinese. If any English day the way the question require for, you get for. So then the way then they gumble. So what you will do? We say, well, indeed. With the other science subject, they're very difficult, like math of course, it's hard for math. With the science core and other subjects, then we say, Lord, we raise the incentive than the other subjects. So that Lord, we encourage them,
more teachers.
They let them come. You see.
So now that's what we do. The picking there, Mr. Kamara, that, you know, in this day and age of technology, a lot of the candidates spend time now here, they do TikTok.
Of course.
They do Facebook. They do other things that without the huge resources where they are. If you go on YouTube, you enter English language difficult area on YouTube. Somebody they pop up, a video go pop up, will teach you the area where they are. Like with virtually every other part of life. You're gonna Google. So when I spend more time, one of the candidates them on the internet for spend more time on Google and YouTube for the good reasons than they spend for it's more of entertainment now than concerned about and less about academics.
Correct. You know.
Yeah, this country really some opportunity then they who they misuse. Let me say, for example, then a requirement there where Mr. Fofana they talk about, where some universities then they get English, then they allow you. So later, sometime by the time you come on,
becoming English for be compulsory.
Yes, you come back, you can't sit, so that by the time you graduate, you don't flop.
So now the money then they look for.
Absolutely.
So now, outside people and they misuse are now where you don't spend sometimes 3 years. You don't know now, say, this English for come back to us, for come. So this, it can cause, again, a recipe for even examination malpractice. Because that person, they can now say, hey, I don't spend me 3 years now, I get all my results there. Now English, I for come. So then they're desperate in a way that hook or crook,
you must do anything.
So all entire now, if they see say, now, be fine problem, a fine solution to the problem. But the mere fact is, you don't see, if they see all your company don't go, then you know, they encourage you, well, come, later, you can flop your subject. If you come with a genuine intention for cancer, say, you don't go mature a little bit in the university. Now, if you're able to apply yourself in certain area for see that exams, they peacefully, but some then they cause the problem.
So when they take on the universities and they... Because
therefore look into the entire educational system. You see, in as much as it starts from the foundation, even NPSC now they talk about school picking, they will not get much sense. People and they infiltrate on their school and then student and then they collect 1,000 to 2,000, then they give the school picking them for sure. Some picking and they once of them we don't conduct the exam, one of a colleague. Then show him answer we not correct. Where the picking read? He said, no, teacher, not to the answer. Now this, now the answer. So the student come out plain. You see, so now the problem then this whole they really look at. Then the issue of implementation, like who they talk, even this national dialogue, this communique, they tell with themselves with all the authority and all, even penalties and they for school authorities them.
But no practical.
They are not being carried out. So I say that's
we are not implementing.
So Umaru, why not go back to this and maybe getting another dialogue?
Maybe new things then go down emerge.
Yeah.
So this not this
why should we deal with the old one day?
No, this gonna be useful. The what would I mean find out when Minkaluba was minister gonna be useful in the bank complex.
Yeah.
I think that Professor Thompson, when I've been deputy vice chancellor for University of Sierra Leone, been part of that. And then the Gbamanja Commission of Inquiry. So, I mean, deal with mass failings that will be happening there. So if you look at all of those, you get a technical committee for organizing this kind of conference, then go look at all these documents, extract some of the things that will come out there, and then you get this convergence of stakeholders again, then we'll discuss them. There could be the things that were applicable now might not have been applicable when the Gbamanja Commission of Inquiry, because now technology don't play a great role in the cheating. A lot of it. The one to remain, now the lack of integrity of human beings. In remain.
You're right.
But other things don't come up. So let's have all of these things and go get this meeting and get bullet by bullet, get specific ways of addressing exam malpractice generally. And then the elephant in the room, the major issue, when are the English language, then try to see how it can be improved. The issue about universities, just a quick one. If the Ministry of Higher Education really visit universities across the country and take stock, they will not even need to spend a lot of time and go see them in some of these learning institutions. So then they allow person for inside there, where on the right so that they go sit English before they can come out. Like Mr. Kamara say, they become desperate and are ready for do anything for get them. I know somebody graduated from a particular university, they had to wait for like 2 years, then they still find the WASSE.
Wow.
Where they get English and can go, then they allow them for graduates. It's just not right. But how do we mitigate that?
Why not penalty for teachers who then find out say in things? Because like how Mr. Sali mentioned against corruption all and we know something will be happening and put teachers them out for publicly for disgrace them since then they just died out. Why not penalty so people go see say if I do this, now this will be the result? The
problem we will get is employing authorities, some of them don't pay attention to the track record of a potential employee. There's a bank in Sierra Leone where they struggle with a corrupt official that may recruit, then disregard the recommendation of the previous bank where the person may work. So the person can show in real color. Now this new bank in a way it don't cause a lot of problem in. So pay attention to that. And let's be honest, somebody can get a very checkered record where if you go again the integrity of the human being. Sometimes if you don't get possibility for working in a big office, you go give him a boss, you get plenty money. Or maybe that's not the boss, maybe the way the person may work there. It makes some fake thing for a year. We country get serious integrity issue. Now here you see imam and pastor, they go preside over a fake wedding. They know say this man and this woman not to marry this. They know and they preside over it. These are the heart of morality, religious leaders.
Trust story.
But if they can be so morally bankrupt, what's in left? Let be ashamed of ourselves. And some of those things we do, we go destroy the country in the immediate term or the medium or long term. Let's just think about that and correct them. But We need for real to do some soul searching.
Right. Mr. Sally, what are the way forward? Because, I mean, talking about dialogue is one thing, and maybe before I come to Mr. Sally, I've been just maybe get your take on this. I mean, I think say maybe this now, maybe the results of Dr. Senge as minister. Because now, him being minister, then these are the results will come out. What do you think?
Which of the results?
I mean, the whole education, because I have been an education minister.
No, the thing is, we all agree that this thing has been with us for a very long time. It's got nothing to do with Senge. For a very long time. Senge has shot going for talk say the fact that he get 90-something% pass, also now a legacy of
but we used to disagree with that 90-something because the pass and the requirement
I just say it's misleading for making it appear like say that rosy, which it is not. The truth of the matter is, based on facts and evidence, you get 90% plus way pass.
Yeah.
But how much that pass will take them to university?
Exactly.
That's the second thing.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm not thinking it has to do with him, but two things happen in this country where, because of politics, where they ignore how much they get the potential for turn this country around. The non-user payment in the hospitals, will be introduced by President Ernest Koroma. It lead to a lot of influx of Beloma that will otherwise for remain at host and born and risk them life and the life of the people they born. So because of that influx happened there. The same thing with education. A lot of people that will otherwise not for them at school come into school because of the free education. Now, what's in that good thing they mean? The good thing means to say you overwhelm the health workers because a lot more people can come into the health facilities.
Enable accommodation.
Now you overwhelm the teachers because a lot of kids are coming in.
To the school.
The schools do not get adequate classrooms. You know, somebody can say we could have probably postponed by a year or two the free education and build more classroom blocks, train more teachers, and all the rest of it. But it's here with us now, and it's a good idea. One of the concomitant effects them, now the fact that they get this huge number they come inside, where the teaching staff can't cope with. It gets few
it's
teachers.
A problem.
It is a fundamental. I mean, school, for example, of how many hundred of picking there? Now, I think now 7 or 8 teachers in the government they pay.
Wow. So you see the teachers, the rest, they pay themselves?
Well, we get what we call community teachers in real school. When we the old students, they pay them.
Yeah.
Because the school subsidy where they come in can't run the school and pay these 8 teachers where they are as community teachers. So we the old students there of JAMA, they pay with paramount chief and the chiefdom, and some old students don't put money together for paying for the next 1 year. And we don't increase almost them they get as community.
So what about the other areas that we didn't really do with
exactly.
So the teachers pay themselves.
They demoralize them, they make them become half-hearted, or they're going to become corrupted.
Yeah. Anyway, so with all this, how you look the free quality education with this kind of results?
It's a fantastic initiative. DJ Base, when I go to my home last week, I cry.
Why?
I cry because I could have dropped, in fact, I dropped out of school for a year. I go dig diamond. Because I'm not going to get money, my parents are not going to pay me O-level fees. These are things people take for granted. But these are fundamental things that I could have dropped out, and I'm sure Sierra Leone has been a better place and not a worse place that I get education to university. So it's a fantastic idea that kids will be dropping out otherwise and not get fees, then they put them in school now, then they go, it's fine. Which is not to say that when they question the downside, the government must not be too defensive. Then for admit say, now the same thing people get the free health care. Where you challenge where you expose the wrong sides, then you say the questioner. That's not what we're doing. Fantastic idea, but there is a whole lot that needs to be done forเราget to.
So what do you think say this, I mean flux of people get for go, the one who not get the criteria for going to university?
That is the problem. Now the other thing for not address, I know this program now for discuss the WASSE result, but let's just digress a little bit. And I have been very disappointed that we not treat technical and vocational learning with the seriousness and respect we think they deserve.
Correct.
Now, the APC candidate Samora Kamara been get tech voc in manifesto. It not mean not any shame for let you take ideas from other person. You get a brilliant idea, no doubt. Add some other good idea to your idea and improve on the nation.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why there has been no president in this country where don't attend graduation ceremony na a tech voc institution. I don't know of any minister of higher education or even of education before they introduce higher education where don't attend a graduation ceremony na a tech voc institution. It make them feel like say that young graduation is elementary, and it is not. These are guys who go to these places, then come out they don't wait for job for go do, then they create their own jobs and they employ more people. Let's encourage them, let's dignify them. I go wish for the Minister of Higher Education, for example, go na Lonsar, for example, where as far as we know, in the provinces, they get the best tech voc education institution in the country. The St. Joseph, what we call Moraldo.
Okay.
The St. Joseph Textbook. It's a fantastic place. I've funded a lot of kids that we don't go
What
study.
about Freetown?
Freetown Miltimaga is great.
Okay.
Then campus na Congo Cross is fantastic. You go there. A lot of the garages, for example, where they go to na Freetown, some job that they for do, they not get them. Then they go to Miltimaga, the young place, na Congo Cross, so they get the equipment for good one. It's a great place. So now dignify textbook education and encourage a lot more people to go study. Otherwise, those dropping out of school because they not get English, they not get side for turn to. The alternative for good textbook, they say, oh, textbook not get respect, which in fact it has.
Well, how many textbooks you get in the central business and different part of the country?
We'll get a few of them.
Okay.
The one at Ferry Junction is fantastic. I think Government Trade Center, it's a great place. I know of a lot of big structures in Freetown, which were electrified by graduates from that trade center. I don't talk about Metemagai. You go to the provinces, Lonsar is fantastic. Eastern Polytechnic used to be very good as well. Okay. Now that it's become university, I hope they don't take their attention away completely from textbook. We need a lot more of them around, to be honest. Kabbalah, they're far away from what's the action they happen. It needs one for address the needs of Kabbalah, Konadugu district, Falaba district, Karina district, we can just come inside there. And even some parts of Kono can go there for good one. We need a lot of that.
All right. Yeah, Mr. Sally, you want to say something out of what you say?
Yeah, we dey try for talk, but you they say now the way forward. Even this document provide way forward. We say we know they do the implementation.
What are they for implementing this one?
Well, now the lawmakers them. Because we own authority, we say you stop. Where a candidate commits a crime, you fill that form, you withhold a result.
Okay.
But then lawmakers, they are we even approve them thing and they do policy them all they because now government institution them. Now they get for sit down back and approve anything we WAEC they do. Okay. Now the country because we get with chief government nominee.
When I been go back to them and say them recommendations, how far don't go for
every year with the right. I say one the way anti-corruption begin. We then say for display the people them and name them publicly. We put them a comprehensive malpractice list so that they don't gain even employment again at any institution here, but nothing. So we teachers have involved or even me involved, therefore dismiss me immediately. But all them large cases there, how many principals the way they don't approach them? Say, hey, your school gets over 100 candidates the way they result them with how comes? Because the vice principal supposed to be the co-supervisor, then a senior teacher is as well the facilitator of the exams. So anything where they go wrong in that center, you must aware.
Omar, why not penalize maybe principals or...
So all the documents get all them penalties, then they say, then people are there for them for penalize them. But no
Omar, what do you think about that?
So these are some of the problems.
You know, it's a law and order issue. It's a right issue as well. Presumption of innocence until you go through the process for sure so you're guilty. Yeah. So what I think should be done is all these and for just put them through the process. I don't believe in humiliating them before conviction. You know, but also keep a database. Now the same thing that with the sexual offenses business. Every day you pick up a paper, 5 convicted, man convicted for rape, will not get to register. So that some of these rapists when they convict, so then serve them in jail time, then they go then still get access to children, to girls. Okay. Which means they get tendency for repeat the same thing. Yeah. So if you get the data, we'll not get this technology for like give them, so electronic bracelets. Yeah, no as they come out or as a near picking and go no say you don't go send not supposed to go. So invariably, if them person else the way they be in the teaching field, don't do this kind of thing allegedly, take them through the process. When you convict them, the law very clear. It's not a lack of law. We get laws and I can deal with them.
The implementation is the problem.
So go through that and then you publish their names. Yeah. Keep a database so that tomorrow, if Umaru Fofana had been principal of this school, he be involved in exam malpractice with his school picking there. He come on and go now Konadugu. He apply there. They not get database for and they don't say they don't convict them. They're going for employment. So you have that system. You know, I think we need to do a lot more than just crying 1 or 2 weeks after WASSE don't come out. Then after which we don't forget about it. We keep doing the same thing year in year out.
All right. Okay, another problem again. Mr. Sally, you gave to do this. Forget this scratch card. Some people listed and they pay 60,000, some 80, some 90, as the case may be. A universal way day for lay. One way we're going to say that this is the stagnant price only for pay extra.
Of course, scratch card will be get problems. We will be introduced newly. Yeah. We are in students and they go crowd at the office and even during WASSE entries, who we implement. They find out one incident will happen. then go crowd at the office in a way that person will call security officers there.
Okay.
So we thought and fit say, since now technology don't come, let it be online wherein you don't self now you host now. You buy your scratch card, you check your results.
Yeah.
Or even you buy your scratch card, you do your WASSE for private candidate entries.
Okay.
So we do we go through the mobile company there, we can find out we will work with AfriCell. Up to this moment, since we come we did 30,000 and 30,000.
If you do
it's so surprising that students then they we get them system, they facility and they go make people them. Then they take 50 or 60,000. Now they earn in the name of say can buy scratch card. We get and through
mobile money.
Just 30,000 loans.
That's what making
bad. And the university, they all are the same system. We see them pay, we get the number of pins there, we post them at the system. So then say they do verification. Easily, they know the need for kind of office.
Sometime before now, but there is some talk say, people in the they say they don't need for pay for get the results. What do you think about that?
Which result?
I mean, the scratch card, they need for just access a number and then get the result back.
No, because then they will get people who technology, the service of people who employ the control and they not to even WAEC.
Okay.
So now service providers they will get with the GITA facility there. So if you want to, yes, of course, if you are satisfied with the result, the school will they print hard copy or they send to the school. But based on this integrity issue, we don't lack now. Maybe see them result then they easily summon. So until we is in at the spreadsheet 6, it will change it to 5.
Okay.
Where is 7, it will change it to 6. So now then they come online result checker.
And Umaru,
they
one question about
the process.
How I mean, how university or other side people and go make sure say the picking and go the right results. Any mechanism they way when they work with the university then for make sure say.
Of course, then self they buy this pin through online. We get a system wherein then self they buy the pin through online. So a student can then just need for get your results and click your index number, everything they can.
Okay.
Yeah, so then get access to it.
Then get all the universities. Yes. They don't need for council in our office. So then get a payment method through online.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll go around up in the next 5 minutes. But again, very serious, Umaru, you take on the one that we not get forget requirement for go university, go Boko, and like how Mr. Salim been say, this fail issue. I mean, minus the conference, which you know your advice to, I mean, people them out there, the one the way the seats parent themselves, because the whole thing is like a cabal. You get parents that way really ready for pay money to teachers, for let them pick in and then show them, and then they help the situation because, so to me, I think so then they gets a lot for the society of today.
Unfortunately,
a lot of people don't go through them, I mean, cook business here and find themselves in serious position in society.
Yeah, it is very sad. Me could just appeal to parents and first of all, that look, pay attention to the picking from GSS because the Becker very important for the picking in WASSE exam. So pay attention right from the moment where they get to JSS and man Macam. Really pay attention to them. And you the picking or you the candidate because you get adults in our way they sit the WASSE, ensure that you spend a lot of time for study and not for involving exam malpractice. Unfortunately, even university level now, the whole exam malpractice in the day. That's a problem we have. So make an appeal to you, spend time for study. Use your phone. Yeah, you can get entertained, but get a limit. I know some picking away so disciplined. One my wife in friend they tell and say, in picking when the exam time written in school, you need to go on WhatsApp. It focus on your studies. Get that discipline. Then they call discipline and pay attention to your studies. That is your passport to prosperity, largely in future. Then you the teacher. Teaching, you can never be paid adequately for teaching. So now passion for drive you for the into teaching. So ensure that you love it and you love the imparting of knowledge onto the child and teach and not pay more attention to your extra class than to your official lesson where the picking support for getting at school. There are some schools now where they attention more on extra lesson than on the normal classes where the picking for the get. Get empathy. Believe say them picking will be in future somebody if you pay attention to them and teach them well. And to the school authorities, don't connive at exam malpractice. Ensure say you spend a lot of time follow your teachers and teaching picking them, and also ensure say you ensure say malpractice not happen there. And to WAEC, dear, wanna try as best as possible for making our exams foolproof. I know the society we're living in, difficult for me to be able to achieve that, but within our ranks, watch carefully and pay attention to each other and ensures that things not go worse than they already are. And the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, ultimately, everything rests on our hands. Me strongly to repeat this. Let us have a conversation publicly and look into why we are the way we are as far as WASSE results then concerned, particularly with English language.
The problem is still going to take that lead day in having the conversation.
The Ministry of Education, just signing it, the minister agreeing to it, and I'm sure I've said this, and the conference of, as a retired man with Mr. Mio, they're in agreement, WAEC, they're in agreement, you know, I'm sure the Teaching Service Commission, they're in agreement. The good thing is the current Minister of Basic Education was the head of the TSC, the Teaching Service Commission. So I'm sure they can come together and let one lead. Maybe the Teaching Service Commission can lead, or the ministry can lead. SLT has to be there, because the faults of teachers don't also come out clearly.
So, Mr. Sally, you don't want to we told the results, so you mentioned about 3 months earlier on, but you still want to try for short him a little bit.
Yes, of course.
How soon I'll do that, and how soon maybe when I think about the suggestion Umaru give, so people will get access for it and know why they hold the result, because someone say I go and able to get me result we hold.
Yeah, I don't take some of them points then they, as I say, I forward them to the authority, let we see how best who can implement them into the system.
How long?
Well, I know because time.
Some days go back.
Would they try
because the delay of the
of
gets
course,
a lot
for the
meeting,
meeting,
continuation.
Would
Exactly.
they convey the meeting and they convey the meeting as soon as possible.
Okay.
Then they let them know. We self-aware say candidate and they will not apply awaiting. We take note of that. So now make we try say we shorten the period before that 3 months. They, of course, the committee they sit down and take decision. You see. So some of them away even will be they mentioned for tips for passing examination. We put on minimize time for leisure as we prepare for the examination.
Exactly.
So this nine don't become student and not get the study habit again. For later. Then again the issue of integrity, where then they go by the time they do registration at the center, they no worry. The teacher themselves don't discourage them in such a way that the student even not get zeal again for study. I know no more. Everything will work out. So
I just want to take on extra classes because I see other schools they do camping. We from that camping day, now they begin to say the teacher then say okay 500,000 go away. It starts from there. The camping and the extra classes way. Now then the begin set up then saying, hey, Mr. XYZ say now for bring this so then they go show all them picking because then they own cabal.
Yeah, now that's how they try for talk. The way I be start my statement. Some opportunity then the way they don't give in at this country, at the end we misuse them. So we are in bad if you get genuine intention for no say now I guess certain things they do in the school system or the school time where I don't lack in. So like introduce extra class if with genuine intention. For let the candidate, but I not see no need for let that candidates
and not compelling.
Yes, not so compelling, of course. Not for being compelling. Say, if you not come, then again they fail because now so then they threaten.
Exactly.
Where then they explain tell you who self the student then they get problem. And they ask, I say who's teacher or who's possible. They're not the talker.
Because they're afraid.
They're not the talker because they know say where they talk he will tell you no, Mr. Lefa no more.
Exactly.
So then thing and they. But if indeed that time who they spend. For let you teach the school picking them 5 days per week based on your subject, your timetable.
Exactly.
You teach. Then you get genuine intention, say this area I don't lack the. You call extra class genuinely. Problem then not there. But the extra class for extort money, then for give the picking and this notion, say, una no worry. Based on this, way time reach with the camp for 1 month, una they get all the material, they source everything, all the answers. For you see, at the end, so some of them become so frustrated at the exam until you go, you snap in an examination hall. Let you tinap there, then no say, you know the part of the system. You focus your attention. Let you see how many picking the way they write before you. Even if you did it for 30 minutes.
They won't write.
They won't write. So this now some of the problems. If they do not put tougher measures, like way Mr. Fofana they say, let them here will not just put them on paper no more without the implementation. We for put tougher measures, everybody has responsibility. All man for play in own role.
Okay.
We don't they try we own level best. Even them metal detectors, they wait until candidate they would phone able to detect them. Even though they go airport, then they do then screening, then they will then detector, then they will go to and then they even ignite the student there for let them turn against you. And you want, hey, no can make noise now, this, that, all them things and they for let them perpetrate. You see, so we really need for sit as stakeholders and stop for blame one institution, say, now the normal. And of course, the focus get for be on WAEC. But when you look at the problem, you know, say, now societal problem, there where everybody need for come on board.
All right.
And fight against this menace.
All right. Omar, I did say something again, like you mentioned about moral and all that stuff. I did say, first we get teachers, but now we not like we get teachers. Like serviceman, will say you get teacher go yarn picking, teacher go make friend with picking for gear mark, teacher go keep picking. So also you think say that thing they lack way. First for talk to your teacher if you go afraid. So first we get like teachers them, but now it's like na serviceman, you know.
No, well, we still get some very good teachers in the sector, really committed to the job. But again, the bad teachers that we get now, not to now it starts, you know, because when we did go school, I did secondary school in the 1980s, in the mid to late 1980s. We been still get teachers in the Gis school picking and Bele, unfortunately.
Okay.
The reason why enough for that happen now the fact that we get a law, the sexual offences law in Sierra Leone, that we don't amend them.
Okay.
The amendment make them very tough that anybody will get any supervisory function over anybody, not for keep them. So teacher not for keep school picking, even if the school picking a matured person, you don't 18 years plus, you not supposed for data. Boss not for dates in subordinates. It's completely against the law, the Sexual Offences Act of Sierra Leone. Sadly, it is happening. Maybe it brings us back to the issue of implementation.
Okay.
So that if some school picking then cry out, who will listen to them?
Exactly.
Even in universities, the departments that were in charge for look into sexual harassment, some not even get them. Then some they compromise them because now lecturer or a teacher they head the unit, you want protest and company lecturer.
Exactly.
When Milty Magai take the action, ironically in this society we're so sick, then turn against the principal instead of lauding him. That's how bad we have become. You know, but it's against the law, but sadly it happened.
Right.
You must see yourself as a teacher, you are like the parent for the school picking. I tell you, some school picking and trust what teacher they tell them past and parents.
Exactly.
Me picking Kaide primary school is spelled P-E-N-C-I-L. It's a pencil. Now it's a pencil because I want to teach phonetics. It's no papa. Teachers in a pencil.
Exactly.
Now I believe.
Exactly.
So you see, the power over the
so,
picking.
Mr. Sally, you can just give me statistics or a rundown of the results we talk about and failure or not there?
No, failures then they.
How many people will get with
any kind of way? No, I'm not going to give exact because that statistic they normally in a ministry can read the statistics.
Okay.
But all which we know, the math like we say, you get the highest passes. Like we talk about literature in English, they see the drop, and of course literature in English, you cannot pass it without mastering English as well. So you see how the relation there. So then problem then they about some subject then they will then pass them commercial subject. You get high passes as well.
Okay.
You see, but the statistics in detail, I think the minister we don't read them. So we not will go over them again.
All right. So if I know what everybody will watch and listen to we and say goodbye.
Yeah. So we just the appeal like where Mr. Fofana they say the word integrity. Because now we they conduct this exam and WAEC now we na Sierra Leone get them. And 5-member countries. If the other country then they conduct this exam, then they entrust people them, school authorities for conduct these exams without problem. Why we in this country? We then give exams paper, then say go conduct for your school picking, then they conduct otherwise. Anything they don't find. Of course, we're afraid in time to come until they begin say from this year to this year, all the one that we get so result, we know they take them based on which we they agree na the country. So then they we're afraid. So still the appeal for at least we maintain integrity and maintain the credibility of the exam. When you conduct exam, where students pass, he pass. You see, we can talk and say an honest one is better than a dishonest one. A dishonest one is not better than an honest 9.
Yeah.
You see, when you have 9 honestly, you deserve them because sometimes some areas and they must tell you that we have people who have sat to us.
A better like fail on merit than
of course,
we not merit.
We not merit.
Yeah.
You see, so then so therefore, when you get that result, even you 9 way you get, you no mean say you know sabi nothing. You see, so we maintain integrity, then we conduct the exams in a way that everybody they cry every year in, every year out.
Thank you very much, Umaru. Before you say goodbye, I just want to ask, because I think about the rate at which drugs don't take with young people, Kush. We say what you may, but we don't get for go back, either for go sit or go university. We think will be a message to them and government as a whole for a way forward for this, exam business.
Challenges are always there in life. Your ability for get up after you don't fall down, now make you a good human being. So you don't fail now or you don't get admission to university because you don't meet one particular requirement, not for break you down. Get up again, study hard, Give more of your time, burn the midnight candle as will be the first term, and do waiting good for you. Defer waiting you want, and look at waiting you need. When you don't get waiting you need, they go look out for waiting you desire or waiting you want. So study hard. Push, you don't stop, you don't stumble upon them, you don't make the mistake, dust yourself off, and go back to waiting, go make you better, and contribute to society positively. So I'm not thinking say anybody for seeing challenge in life as the end of in life. Dust off and get up and running. To the government, I know say people in authority or in power concerned about the reaction of the majority of the way they know. So that if you tighten the screw on exams and try for challenge exam malpractice, you fear say there will be political consequence. People, this is how bad don't go. Then go vex by you because you know I made them do anything bad. Damn that. Do what is right, tighten the screws, make sure the children are taught very well, and try to minimize and even eradicate exam malpractice.
Maybe finally about the vocational institute that we mentioned about.
Let's pay attention to tech folks. We need that middle-level manpower for be occupied. So that if we give them the attention we need, GIZ, they give a lot of funding to the tech folk na Lonsar. Okay. And I'm sure they can help with that. There's a lot we can get from donors, and there's a lot the government self need for do. Let we prioritize also tech folk. Not to all man for go university. Some person they're going to tech folk. Not to even because he fail. Not because it desires for good. I don't know possibly get good results na O-level then for good do medicine. He say he want be nurse. Not so because he not get waiting for good do medicine. It's not nursing he want to be good one. So same way so there are people who generally want to do and go and do tech folk. Let we pay attention to them, dignify them because they just deserve for be dignified.
Thank you very much, Umaru Fofana, a colleague journalist, and we also appreciate Brother Sally from WAEC, at least for we then take the time for local and discuss this issue. This is a hot seat. Me and Mama Jalo Suli DJ Base. This program that comes here every Wednesday from 10 o'clock till 11. So have a good time and God bless you.